I know it's been a couple weeks since I last uploaded a video. You guys can see that my camera quality and overall video production has probably increased dramatically. Now I have a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera and I got the mic that comes along with it. So hopefully the content from this point onward should just be peak at all times. With that said, in this video I wanted to talk to you guys about kind of the reality of what I face right now as someone who's trying to become a very successful entrepreneur long term. And I just want to talk about a lot of the struggles that I've been facing, kind of the setbacks, the limiting beliefs that I've had throughout my life up until this point, and how I plan to kind of just move forward going into the new year and just how I'm going to be wrapping up this year. I want to take this back to when I was 16 years old back in high school. It was at that age when I realized that I wanted to be more than just a number in a company. I wanted to be someone who had a business where I was a CEO, where I would be able to make as much money as I want to, but not for myself, but rather for the people around me. I've always wanted to live a life where I can provide for my family, for my parents, buy my parents anything that they've always wanted, buy my siblings anything that they've always wanted. It's been such a prominent goal in my life. I would always go to sleep thinking about this. I'd have dreams about this. I'd wake up thinking about this. I'd be brushing my teeth thinking about, man, what should I do today to make progress towards this big goal of mine? Because I've always had these huge goals in my mind that there are times where I'm like, can I even achieve this? Like, is this something that's realistic? Because growing up, money is something that's not been very prominent in my life. For the first couple of years of my life, my mom raised me. My dad was back in Bangladesh and both my parents immigrated to the US, but only my mom was able to first come and then my dad came. From memory, I want to say like 3 to 4 years after. Moving to a new country in general is a struggle. It's not easy to get life moving when you're in a new place where you don't know the language, where you don't know anything about life, in this new country. All you know is it's a place where you can now become a better version of yourself, achieve bigger things and better things for, your future generations. And that was the plan of my parents. Growing up in life throughout all those years, it's instilled this idea in my mind that money is something that can only be achieved through very specific paths in life. And coming from a South Asian household, it's a very common belief, that the only path to success in life is through becoming either a doctor, a lawyer, or doing something in engineering, and all of which are respectable, valued fields that I have the utmost respect for. I didn't want to do any of that in my life. I never had a direct path for what I wanted to achieve in life. I always knew that I wanted to do something that doesn't involve me having to work for someone else. It doesn't involve me having to do repeated tasks every single day. Right around when I was 16 is when I realized that, I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to do something that can make me a lot of money. That was my thought process at the time, right? When you're younger, first thing in your mind is, I want to make a lot of money. That's all I care about. That's all I want to do. The reality is that the money is the last thing that you should be worried about, because money will never come if you're going to be chasing it. If you don't detach yourself from the idea of money and the meaning of money, then money is something that's always going to be minimally existent in your life. Until you align yourself with the values of the version of yourself that already possesses the things that you already have in life, you're not really going to make it anywhere in life. But with that said, when I was 16, that's when I first started drop shipping. I think that this is like the typical first business idea any young entrepreneur pursues. It's always either trading or drop shipping, both of which I did, and I saw no success in dropshipping. I made pretty stupid mistakes when I was doing dropshipping. And trading, I made a little bit of money. From ages 16 to like 20, I have constantly been in this like same loophole of, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What's my business venture? What's my path? What's my pathway to success? And throughout those years, I've tried multiple things. I've wholesaled real estate. I've done online marketing. I've done affiliate marketing, organic YouTube growth, trading, drop shipping, tutoring, which I don't know where I thought I was going to go with tutoring, but tried TikTok shop, tried those TikTok brainrot videos to get money through just views. One or two other things that I can't remember off the top of my head. I honestly need to make a list of this. But up until this point in my life, I've basically have succumbed to nothing substantial. One of my biggest causes of anxiety that I always feel I always feel this anxiety because I haven't been able to achieve anything successful. And I take pride in the fact that I just have the anxiety, because for me, anxiety has always been a sign of something you're doing wrong and something that you need to do more of. And the wrongdoing that I've been doing and I still am doing actively is not being consistent enough in my pursuits. And at the at the core of it all, every pursuit in life follows the same skeleton of what needs to be done, right? At the end of the day, you always have a set of inputs that you need to achieve. Let's say you're in sales. You have to be dialing a certain number of calls a day to make a deal. You have to be hitting certain KPIs per day. And if you hit those inputs every single day, success is inevitable, right? It seems simple, but sometimes it's easy to struggle with that because it's easy to get bogged up and overthink. I've always been an overthinker in life. I've always overthought everything. Overthink the simplest things, especially when it comes to business. The world of business, really, at the end of the day, is just a big info space, right? It's a space where there's so much knowledge, and I've consumed so much knowledge to the point where you overthink the simplest things about business. You overthink the simplest things about the journey of entrepreneurship, the journey of self-development. It makes you want to quit. Entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. It's not a journey that can be easily done. It's not a journey that can be completed in a couple months. It takes years to become successful at something. The way it works is like this. The more you fail in life, the higher your success will be. It's a pillar of life that I live by. If I am still going, since I was 16, I'm 22 now, and I still haven't figured out where I want to establish myself in the marketplace. I've been so persistent in becoming who I want to be, because you guys could see, well, you guys can't see because this camera is tracking my face, but on my whiteboard paper over here, right on that side, I have my goals that I have written out. And on those goals, I'm just going to read a couple of them out to you guys. I want to own my first apartment. I want to get out of this damn room and get out of my parents' place by the end of Q2 next year. I want to buy my dad his dream car. His dream car is a BMW X7. I want to buy him that car. I have a couple dream cars, if I'm being honest. One of them is a M850i. Another is a C8. And, of those two, I want to both get them. If I were to get either of them, I want to get it satin black, red guts, red calipers, blacked out wheels, just complete murdered out build. For my coaching business that I have right now, I want to reach 1,000 followers on Instagram. I want to reach 100 subscribers on YouTube. There are so many goals that I have that I aspire to achieve, and the reality is, right now, I'm at the baby stages of my life and business. I have these big entrepreneurial dreams, and this video serves as documentation to where I am right now, because I can this video serves as documentation for where I am right now. I am at my bedroom in my parents' house, and this room is really small. You could see the wall, bro. You could see this wall, and then you see the door to enter my room, just right on the other side of that door is the end of the wall. That's as wide. My room is as wide as I am tall. My head and I could put my head against this wall right here, and then my feet against my other wall, and it'll touch. One day, in a couple months, I'm gonna be out of here, and then in a couple more months, I'm gonna be getting my dream car, and then buy my dad his dream car. And I have such a rich vision in my mind. It's so vivid. I can vividly imagine every single scenario that I lived through. I can imagine myself going down from this house right now, from my house, and going down the steps, going outside, going outside, going down the steps, going to the gym, and I open the door and I see my C8 just right there, gorgeous, beautiful build, and I can imagine the drive that I'm taking to go to the gym. Get out of the parking spot, bust a U-turn, head to the gym. I have the exact playlist of music that I'm gonna play laid out in my mind. I know I'm gonna listen to this music on that drive when I first get my C8. It's just straight beautiful awesomeness, bro. That I have is just straight sauce, just straight bliss that I can just imagine being in the future. And one day I'm gonna look back in this video and looking back at the struggles that I face, because the struggles that I have right now, what I like to call 4-figure problems, because at every stage of entrepreneurship, there's a new set of problems you face, right? And there's a new mindset that you need to develop. 4-figure mindset, 5-figure mindset, 6-figure mindset, 7-figure mindset. Each level of entrepreneurship that you live in, each level of wealth that you reach, the problems that you face at that point will be 10 times bigger than what you feel right now. But at this point, it feels like the struggles that I face are the biggest struggles I'll ever face, which is just not the reality. And that's just kind of how life is, right? Any given moment, the struggle you face is going to feel like the biggest struggle until you overcome it. It's the same thing as like every single movie what you watch, karate movie, Karate Kid, superhero movie, any movie, you know, you see the hero overcomes a villain who they struggle to fight. But then, you know, next season, the villain that the new villain is like 10 times worse, right? They're even more difficult. And then now that's the big struggle. But now if the hero were to fight the villain from season 1 again, it would be a cakewalk, you know? It just one punch that guy's down. Easy peasy. That's life, you know? The struggles that I face right now, I need to upload more consistently. I'm thinking of honestly just like posting such a large volume on Instagram to the point where it's inevitable for me to fail, because volume negates luck, consistency negates luck. Huge amount of volume of your daily inputs, it's inevitable for you to succeed, right? It's like legally not possible. It's a universal truth, you know. If there is something that you needed to do and you do more than the required amount of said thing, then the end goal is achievable no matter what the context is, no matter what is gonna happen, no matter what the situation is. It's literally like, how are you gonna fail? You're doing more than you're supposed to be doing, and statistically other people have done the same thing. Like they've just followed the bare minimum and they've seen success. You're following 10 times the bare minimum, you're gonna see 10 times the results, right? And that's kind of the mindset that I'm gonna be taking into the next year, into the end of this month and December, because my content game has been lacking. You know, I've been going to the gym consistently and I've been documenting, but I haven't been documenting my best. You know I haven't been doing my best when it comes to documenting my journey. I've just been kind of being mad lazy. I've been lazy with it. You know, I've been going to the gym. I put on 30 pounds in 6 months, and I want to help other people do the same. Like, I want to help people fix their mindset, because the biggest thing that I realized was that my mindset is the biggest limiting factor of anything in life. Your mindset is always going to be the limiting factor. There's no ifs and buts about it, you know. Before I started going to the gym consistently, my mindset has always just been so crappy. Like, oh, can I actually put on weight like that? Can I actually transform my physique into something that I've never seen possible? Yes, you can achieve anything, actually, as long as you believe in it. It's not that hard. I mean, you see my vision board. I have all these things. Like, I have my C8 right here. I don't really know if the camera's picking it up. C8 right here, and I got a C8 right over there in the corner. And my dream is to live in a luxury high-rise apartment. I got an image right there. I got an image right there. Oh, and I got an image right there as well. Like, these goals that I have right now, I cannot get any of these. I know I can't, but I know when I channel the version of myself who has all these things, and I act in my current position as the person who has all these things, then I'm going to be getting it, bro. You're going to be getting it too. That's all you need to be doing to get anything you want in life. You know, with all that said, that's kind of just like where I am in life right now. You know, that's just the reality of my life at the moment, you know. I gotta up my inputs tremendously. I want to make my life, you know, like I want my life to be so much better. I want to be able to provide to everyone. I want to be a provider to my family. I want to have my own family, you know, one day where I can just provide so much to. Like, I want to spoil my parents, you know, like I want to spoil my parents, and I know you want to spoil your parents. That's like the goal of every man, you know. Spoil your family, get your mom whatever the hell she wants, get your dad whatever the hell he wants, help pay the mortgage of the house mortgage down. Like, there's all these things that we want to do as men, and something that we're all gonna achieve no matter what. Just keep doing your daily inputs, and success is inevitable. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Cue outro, end scene.